Jain class. So today we are going to go through the story called Selfless Service, which is a story full of pictures. So it's going to be very interesting going through it. So this story is about Swami Vivekanand, who was a very spiritual man. He was a spiritual leader, and who is still quite relevant because people are still quite inspired by him. So this story tells you about how you should not discriminate against poor people, that a true human being is a kind human being, is a just human being, a true human being is that person who thinks not only about themselves but also about other people's and their feelings and their situations, right, and their struggles. So the story starts with once Swami Vivekanand was at a railway station in Rajasthan. People kept coming to him all day long. They had many questions, mostly religious, and Swamiji was tireless in answering them. So as you can see, Swami Vivekanand is sitting at a railway station in Rajasthan, and so many people, you can see the turbans. So these are traditional Rajasthani turbans. So this is the way the artist is trying to tell you that this railway station is in Rajasthan. So Swami Vivekanand was sitting at a railway station in Rajasthan, and many people came to him, and they kept on coming to him asking questions. Most of their questions were religious, and Swamiji was tirelessly, without complaining, and with all the enthusiasm, he was answering those questions. 3 days and 3 nights passed in this manner. Swamiji was so engrossed as in to be interested in it, something, to be involved in something very much. And Swamiji was so engrossed in talking about spiritual matters that he did not even stop to eat. Spiritual means something that relates to human spirit or religion. So 3 days and 3 nights passed on in this particular manner, that people kept on coming and asking questions, and Swamiji kept on answering those questions, and he was so involved, he was so interested in it, completely focused on talking about spiritual manners, that he did not even stop to eat something. The people who flocked as in who came to him, came and sat down around him, right? Came towards him, came to him. The people who flocked to him also did not think of asking him if he had any food to eat. So as you can see, Swamiji is sitting and he's answering all the people's questions. So 3 days and 3 nights passed on, and he kept on people kept on coming and asking questions. He kept on giving answers in a very enthusiastic and interested manner, and he didn't even get time to eat something. And the people, they were so much self-involved in what they wanted to ask, that they did not even show the courtesy of asking Swamiji, that Swamiji, have you eaten anything, right? So they were not concerned about his eating or about his food, but just their own questions. On the third night of his stay there, when all the visitors had left, a poor man came forward and said to him lovingly, when on the third night, when all the people have left, a poor man came to him, and he said in a very loving manner, he said something to him. What did he say? He said, Swamiji, I have noticed that for 3 days you have been talking and talking. You have not eaten even a drop of water. This has pained me very much. He said, Swamiji, what I see, as you can see, the poor man is saying something to Swamiji over here. When all the visitors had left, he said that, Swamiji, I noticed that you have not eaten anything from 3 days, not even a drop of water you have taken. So I am very much disturbed by it. It pains me to see this. Swamiji felt that God had appeared before him in the form of this poor man. He looked at him and said, will you please give me something to eat? So Swamiji was really touched by this gesture, by this kindness, by this thoughtfulness, and he felt like God himself has appeared to him in the form, in the manner, in the appearance of this poor man, and he looked to the poor man and he said, will you please give me something to eat? The man was a cobbler by profession. Right? He said with some hesitation, Swamiji, my heart yearns to give you some rotis. Yearns as in it really long to feel a longing about something, to want something. Swamiji, my heart yearns to give you some rotis, but how can I? I have touched it. If you permit, I will bring you some coarse flour and dal, and you can prepare them as you please. So he said, Swami ji, my heart really wants to give you rotis, but how can I give you rotis, because I have touched it. I am a so this he was cobbler by profession. He was his caste was he was of as you can say in the Indian caste system, he was from a lower caste, right? So he said, if you will permit, if you will allow me, I can bring you some coarse flour, some flour that is atta, right, and dal, and you can prepare your own food for yourself. Swamiji smiled at the poor man. No, my child, give me the rotis you have prepared. I shall be happy to eat it. So Swamiji smiled at the poor man. He said, no, my child, just give me the rotis that you have yourself prepared, and I will eat it. The poor man was frightened. He stood with folded hands, and he thought to himself, the king might punish me if he came to know that I, a low caste person, had prepared food for a sannyasi. What should I do? So the poor man was quite frightened. As you can see, he is folding his hands over here, and he started thinking, the king will punish me when he finds out that I gave a sannyasi some food, because I am a low caste person. But the eagerness to serve a monk overpowered his fear. Overpowered as in defeated his fear. He hurriedly went back home. But I cannot leave Swamiji in such a state, he thought. So, but he wanted so much to help Swamiji that he came back towards his home, thinking that he cannot leave Swamiji hungry. He returned with freshly made rotis for Swamiji. The kindness and unselfish love of this penurious man brought tears to Swamiji's eyes. Penurious means to extremely poor, right? Someone with very small means and income. And when as you can see, the person, he came back with some rotis, prepared rotis. When he came back with the rotis, the kindness and the unselfish motive and love that this poor person has shown to Swamiji, he was so moved by it, he was so touched by it, that the tears came into his eyes. Sire, you cannot partake food from my hands. No, my child, give me the rotis you have prepared. I shall be happy to eat it. So the poor man says, Sire means father, my lord, you cannot partake. As in, partake means to eat or drink something. You cannot eat or drink food from my hand, because I am a low caste person. Then Swamiji says, no, my child, give me the rotis that you have prepared. I will be very happy and very fortunate to eat it. Swamiji pondered, and then he started thinking, how many people like him live in the huts of our country unnoticed? They are materially poor, materially as in financially, and of so-called humble origin. Yet they are so noble and large-hearted. And Swamiji thought to himself, as you can see, he sat down under the tree, and he started eating the food that the poor man has brought him. And he thought that how many people like him, who are financially weak, who are poor people, but whose heart are so pure and noble, and yet people still consider them low caste and poor. In the meantime, some gentlemen found that Swamiji was eating food offered by a shoemaker and were annoyed. So a cobbler is a shoemaker. In Hindi it's called mochi, right? I forgot to tell you earlier. So in the meantime, as in after while he was sitting and he was going to eat the food that this poor man has brought, some gentleman, as in some high caste born, some high caste person, he got to know that Swamiji was eating food which is prepared by a shoemaker, a low caste person, and he was annoyed. He didn't like it. So as you can see, these are some people who saw that Swamiji is eating a poor man's food. They came to Swamiji and said, Swamiji, it was improper for you to accept food from this man who is of low birth. So they came and they complained, and pointing towards, accusing this poor person, that Swamiji, you did an improper thing, something which is not right. You did a wrong thing by accepting the food of this man who is of low birth, as in who is from low caste. Swamiji patiently heard them, and then said, he heard all the complaints of those gentlemen, and then he said, you people made me talk without respite as in without break, without any break for sustenance, to refreshen myself for the past 3 days, but you did not even care to inquire if I had taken any food and rest. Inquire as in to ask, to seek the answer of a question. So he said that you people made me, you kept on coming to me, you kept on asking me question, you made me talk for 3 days without any break for food or water, and you didn't even have the courtesy to ask if I was hungry or thirsty, right? And then he continued, you claim you are a gentleman and boast of your high caste. What is more shameful is that you condemn this man. Condemn as in disapprove someone, right? Not like someone. Hold someone responsible for something bad. That is what means condemn means. What is more shameful is that you condemn this man for being a low caste. He said that you claim that you guys are gentlemen, you are high-born. It is shameful. It is more shameful that you consider yourself high-born, right, high caste person, and still you condemn, you disapprove of this man who and say that he's a low caste person, even though he was thoughtful enough to bring me food. To think that I might be hungry or thirsty. The gentlemen hung their heads in shame, and they realized what they had done. So the two gentlemen, who came to complaint about to Swamiji about accepting food from the poor person, they felt ashamed. They realized that they have made a mistake. So they hung their heads, and they realized what they had done. And then Swamiji said, "Can you overlook the humanity he has just shown?" Overlook as in you can say ignore, right? And can you overlook the humanity he has just shown? He said, can you ignore the humanity as in insaniyat that this poor man has shown to me, and despise him without feeling ashamed? Despise as in to dislike someone, hate someone. He said, can you ignore the humanity that he has shown and yet still dislike him for the feeling, for the compassion that he has shown me, without you yourself feeling ashamed? And this is how Swami Vivekananda taught a lesson to these gentlemen who tried to discriminate as in to treat a particular person or a particular group of people in a different manner, right? Just because of your own prejudices, because your own opinions. This is how Swami Vivekananda taught a lesson to these gentlemen who discriminated against this poor man. So as you can see, Swami Vivekananda, through this story, we can understand that Swami Vivekananda taught us that a person who shows kindness, humanity, compassion, that is a true human being. So that's end the story over here, kids. And if you have any questions, do let me know. Thank you.